Hey everybody, and welcome to another RCT2 review. Today we're reviewing Ninja by Nin and geewhzz. That's a 50-50% split for each of those builders. And this is more or less a recreation of Magic Mountain's Viper with an all-new setting here, done in no custom scenery in a pretty impressive way. So let's take a look. So first off, we've got the coaster here, and certainly the star of the show. Let's see this. I think the first thing that strikes me is how nice the custom supports are, especially again using NCSO without custom scenery is just really well put together. The next thing that strikes me is the use of this large half loop leading up into the smaller half loop. Wasn't sold on it initially, but the more that I've looked at it over time, the more I like it. It's kind of a bold move, and I think they pulled it off. I think it looks pretty good. Supports here, just with the observation tower and then the single rail tying it together, look really nice. Just done pretty well, I would say. Running 3 trains and doing it without any stacking, which is always a good design as well. Kind of see up here through the 2 loops and into the mid-course brake run here. And then all of the awkwardness that you would expect from an aero coaster, especially sort of this bit coming through here to the boomerang element or the batwing, depending on which what you want to call it, up to this kind of final drop, and then our transfer track here done pretty well also. A couple of nice things on this one is the just the station architecture, just beautiful architecture. Nice combination of the standard Asian scenery and the track texture. Real heavy use of the track texture, from the monorail to the car ride to the wooden coaster, but done in a way that doesn't feel kind of overbearing. I think sometimes that's a little bit of an issue, but I think in this case it was done pretty well and works all right. I do like the sundials here for the planters for the trees. I know that's nothing new, but it still just looks nice in this instance. And just in general, the landscaping in this is very well done. But both Nin and geewhzz are both quite good at landscaping, so not a surprise there. This Scream and Swing is pretty nice. So I will say that while this is no custom scenery, there are a couple of bits and pieces here that are indeed custom. We have a custom backwards facing vertical coaster or vertical drop coaster, so we can have this swing ride done in a very nice realistic way. Got the shoestring going on. Just really like this Torii gate sort of turned into a swing ride with the structure and kind of the ground texture and everything else. Like the operator here, the loose article bins are pretty cool with the wooden wild mouse vehicles. Nice little bridge detail here with the doors. I do kind of like the way that fits throughout. And then we get over to this side, we have a tram here. So this is Orient Express, basically from the bottom here all the way up to the top, sort of its take on the Magic Mountain Orient Express, going up and back. Sort of an interesting design up here where it kind of circles the base of the observation tower and then comes down here. We can kind of see it on its way. What I like about this is the lack of speed differentiation. So we're not cruising down here super fast with the slope. So nice hacking there to keep that at a regular speed. The crossing is a little bit odd up here, just in the way that it kind of crosses the guest pathway, but it's interesting nonetheless. I do really love this observation tower, especially the this top bit with the gong pieces here. The red observation tower really kind of nicely calls out this, especially like that they use the cabin for the top bit, so it's got that little bit of thickness change kind of as it goes up through the thing, and just this roof, which you zoom into it, it might look a little bit messy, but really kind of from a distance, it's a very nicely put together roof. Sits really well. And then, of course, on the backside here, we've got the Rapids ride, and this has all the features you would expect. So, moving circular station, which is great. The just really nice landscaping throughout, all the little bumpers, couple tunnels here. I like the use of some of the different buildings. Actually, this was sort of interesting here, looking at this guy. It's just this whole building just sunk in there. So really, you're just utilizing the top little section there. We got the different water tanks here and some pump elements, and how the water carries through into the waterfall all the way down. So really well put together, really well detailed, and done in a super nice way. Mixing the drink stall here with the restroom and some scenery kind of overlaid on top of it. This is great elevation change landscaping coming through this Torii gate, and then how this pathway sort of splits on its way up as you go up through the couple of different areas. You can kind of go one landing at a time here, or take a couple at once. And then this real subtle curve here is quite nice, set off around all the other just painted wood fencing throughout. So it's a good overlook to the coaster, out to the landscaping below. I like that there's clear greenery in the landscaping, so we have these sort of clear grasses that really don't clutter the whole space, but really kind of punctuate and accent it, especially just the way that the cherry tree is used here. So you kind of zoom out and you can see all the spots where it was used, but it was done sparingly. I feel like there's always a tendency when you see, say, an Asian theme to get in here and just spam the heck out of this tree because it's the thing that fits. But in this case, I think it was done in a pretty tasteful way, and such that it really doesn't get old, and it still sort of accents the whole space really well. I like too this portion of the queue up here. Actually, it's not even the queue. This is just a walkway up into the space. I got this temple up here, and then the other little temple here further in. That really all this is just a scenic kind of tableau of scenery that you can look across and see the coaster pass in front of it. It actually is just super picturesque, and I could kind of see sitting here just kind of looking across as the coaster comes by. Gives a good view of this little temple and has all this great manicured landscaping all around it. Just in general, really well put together and well done. I love these gardens here, just the usage that you don't typically see. I rarely see these gardens used, but done here in a way that just adds good texture, adds good crunch, as we call it, and everything throughout. So anyway, this is, in my opinion, one of the stronger designs that we've had in quite a while. So this one had come out, I think, earlier this year, but this is definitely a top tier design, and done really well. Kind of a good showcase of how to do track architecture well, and also how to do an Asian theme without having to use a lot of custom stuff. So that's all for today. Congratulations to Nin and geewhzz for this design win on New Element. If you'd like to take a look yourself, the download link is in the description below. But until next time, we will catch you later, and see you in the next one. So bye now.